something interesting happened last week. Someone came up to me and said, you know, I think this is the worst time in history to be alive. And I said, so where would you rather be? You know, like downtown Venice during the plague, in downtown Berlin in 1939,
yeah.
the Civil War, World War II in London. You know, where do you
be?
And so I recently picked up Dan Brown's new book, Inferno, and really enjoy his style of writing. And his book is really focused on Dante's Inferno. And Dante's Inferno is that 14,000 line epic poem about heaven and hell and purgatory. And he had a major impact on the way that Catholics in those days, about 600 years ago, were, you know, how they visualized what hell was. And there's some amazing paintings in Florence, you know, like with Satan, three-headed Satan eating sinners like potato chips, you know, things like that. And so it occurred to me about, you know, it really gave me pause to think about this time compared to times in the past and where we stand spiritually. And Eckhart Tolle says that this is the time of the Great Awakening. Do we have problems on this planet? You bet we do. Big problems. But the thing is that back 2,000 years ago, 2,600 years ago, when Buddha and Jesus walked the planet, at that time, maybe only one, like Jesus and Buddha, awakened to steer the masses. This is a time when lots of us are awakening, becoming enlightened, if you please. And it shows up in our movies, it shows up in our slang. We talk about responsibility, we talk about choices, things that are relatively brand new and even in the last 100 years. And so the technology, even someone was talking the other day, even our mothers and fathers have seen just potential growth in terms of what their childhood looks like and where children's childhoods now look like, where a 2-year-old automatically goes up to the television and starts, you know, with one of these because they expect the technology to understand what their finger's wanting them to do. And so for me, this is such an amazing time for us to be alive. Perhaps 300 or 400 or 600 years from now, our our descendants will look back on us like we're Neanderthals. But this is where we are. This is our now. And we, in this room, it's so exciting for me to think, and we were upstairs a little while ago at our board meeting, and we were looking at all of the meetings that this thought system has created, classes that are teaching this thought system globally. Lithuania, Latvia, the Czech Republic, Thailand. I mean, we're all over the globe. And and I thought about it, we have 7 billion people on the planet. I was doing math upstairs, so he didn't catch me, but that means that to reach critical mass is only 21 million people. And that's not very many, actually, globally. For us to awaken, which we are in the state of doing now, because we wouldn't be even able to utter these kinds of sentences and thoughts had we not be ready to hear them. And every one of us is like a pebble thrown into the pond. So for me, my greatest contribution, what I can do for my planet, my legacy that I leave is my own healing, my own awakening. Because what that does is it ripples out to, we know we're all one, and it ripples out to all of us. And we have the Buddhists who are awakening. We have all of these, the same thread of truth is starting to surface regardless of what path you choose to seek that information in. And for me, this is a most spectacular and miraculous time to be alive. And I hope you join me in that. Thank you.